All right, hey guys, this is going to be the key features retest review. Okay, so I'll go over it quickly, but it's really just being able to identify the slope and y-intercepts and zeros of different functions. Okay, so identify the slope of the following values / equations. So we are going to use the slope formula. Remember, the slope formula is y2 minus y1 all over x2 minus x1. But remember, you have to be able to label your ordered pairs. So I'm just going to use the first two here. So I have x1, y1, x2, y2. And then I'm going to plug them into the formula where they belong. So because it's y2 minus y1, I'm going to do 7 minus 3. And then on bottom of the fraction is x2 minus x1. So it'll be 1 minus 0. 7 minus 3 is 4. 1 minus 0 is 1. 4 divided by 1 is 4. So the slope of this table is 4. Then when it's an ordered pair, again, you just have to label x1, y1, x2, y2, and then plug it into the formula. So because it's y2 minus y1, it'll be negative 8 minus a negative 3 all over x2 minus x1, so 4 minus a negative 2. So remember, when this happens, when we have minus and negative, we build that bridge and make it a positive. So it'd be negative 8 plus 3, and then 4 plus 2. So negative 8 plus 3 is a negative 5, and then 4 plus 2 is 6. So the slope of these 2 points is negative 5 over 6. In a standard form of equation, in order to identify the slope, we have to solve for y. Okay, so in that case, we have to subtract 2x over to the other side. What I have left is a negative 6y. Make sure you bring down that negative. Negative 18 minus 2x. And then I divide by negative 6. So y equals negative 18 divided by negative 6 is a positive 3. Negative 2 divided by negative 6 is a positive 1 over 3x. So this is our equation of the line, but our slope of this line is 1 over 3. Then last but not least, we have this point slope formula, which we should be very familiar with by now. In order to solve for y here or to get it into slope intercept form, we have to distribute. So 0.75x, and then 0.75 times negative 12 is a negative 9. Bring down what I didn't use. And then in order to solve for y here, I would subtract 4. So our equation is y equals 0.75x. And then negative 9 minus 4 is a negative 13. So our slope of this equation is 0.75. If you recognize that this is in point slope formula, we can just be reminded that that first number is our slope. Okay, so with that first number being our slope, we can just identify automatically that 0.75 is our slope. All right, identify the y-intercept and 0 of the following graphs and equations. So I actually also put slope in there as well. But remember, our y-intercept is where it crosses the y-axis. So in this case, it is 0, 2. Our 0 is known as an x-intercept. So for those that cannot remember that, it is a x-intercept. So in this case, it is 4, 0. And then remember, our slope is our rise over run. So in this case, always try to go from a left point to a right point. So it tells me to fall 2 and run 4. So when I fall 2, it's going to be negative. And negative 2 divided by 4 is a negative 1/2 slope. All right, last but not least, if we have an equation and we want to know the y-intercept, 0, and slope, 2 of the things I can figure out if I just solve for y. So a y-intercept and a slope is what I can figure out if I solve for y. So remember, I'm going to subtract 3x. So negative 4y equals 12 minus 3x. Remember to bring down that negative because it changes the values. So -4 divide by -4. So the equation of our in slope, or this equation in slope-intercept form, 12 divided by -4 is -3. -3 divided by -4 is a positive 3 over 4x. So our y-intercept is a -3. Our slope is a positive 3 over 4. So 3 over 4 is our slope. Our y-intercept is 0, -3. So in order to find a 0, this is an x-intercept, and an x-intercept is whenever y equals 0. So what I can do is use the equation, but instead of putting my value of y, I'm going to put 0 in for y. Well, 0 times anything is 0. So what I have left is 3x equals 12. And then in order to solve for x here, I would divide by 3. So our x-intercept is 4 here. And we write that as an ordered pair of 4, 0. All right. Bye, guys.